Good morning, Cholleros. Here with Christian Diaz. We're going to be talking a little bit, chopping it up about real estate, Cabo, what's going on, 2025.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, huh?
Yeah, you're not lying.
Doing? Arriba los Cholleros.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Feeling really good. Yourself?
Good. I mean, we're
paradise.
Nice
Look at that.
so yeah, we can't complain too much.
What they say, no bad days, right?
Yeah. Sometimes, but generally pretty good. All right, let's get into it. So we got a couple questions.
Yeah.
You want to start it off?
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to start off with the big one?
Okay. Well, what has contributed to Cabo's rapid expansion in recent years, pre-pandemic? So let's go like maybe 2016 on.
All right, perfect. Yeah. Well, I think the big one is connectivity, no? How we expanded with all these flights coming in, over 50 flights. Now we're international as well. Not only our biggest market, as you know, is the US, Canada, running away from the cold. I know a lot of you are suffering right now in the winter. That expansion, especially from 2016, when we went from 50,000 people to 350,000 people to, keep up with the demand and stuff. I know you have some fun data there with the flights, so I don't want to skip that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I spoke to a Canadian yesterday and he said it was 22 below.
Ooh.
And at that point, I was like, is that Fahrenheit or is that Celsius?
Yeah.
And I was like, it doesn't matter. At that point, it's way too cold.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So the airport is publicly traded.
Yeah.
So you can look at all this. We are ahead of Vallarta in flights. We had last year 7,500,000 passengers, which was almost a 3% decline from the year before.
Yeah.
So people are like, flight traffic's down. Not really. I remember checking these numbers around it used to be like 5 million.
Right. Yeah.
So to be honest, the airport here is we have beautiful scenery here, but the airport is, in my opinion, the biggest asset.
Yeah.
Just coming from Austin, coming from Denver, coming from California. I think there's like 5 flights a day from Los Angeles. So
at least, and super easy, convenient, 2.5 hours. My mom's from the LA area, bring her up. And then sometimes you get $250 to $350 round trip. Good deal, right?
Yeah. So the airport is without a doubt, and they just expanded it and they're already expanding it again.
I was actually going to say, I don't know if any of you actually went to the original airport. Did you ever fly into Terminal 1 when it was the main airport?
No, I mean, I've flown in. I remember COVID, I actually came in where where the VIP comes in. I've been on a flight that had 2 people on it.
Oh, yeah.
It was a full 757 too.
Right. It's definitely been
we had more flight attendants than people, and I remember then we came in the VIP area. But I've done domestic flights. But
no, it's a big upgrade. Terminal 2, especially not only Terminal 2, but we also got FBO, which is the private airport as well. I don't know if you tracked any of those flights. I used to back in the days. I used to work in National Car Rental, and I was in the private airport. I would see so many celebrities coming in, they just
it's a good thing is you can come here and take transportation. Really, nobody knows that you're here, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, privacy.
I mean, the proximity, literally, you can get, my little sister lives in Austin, Texas. It's easier to get here than it is to, let's say, South Carolina. She went to a wedding in South Carolina, and it was so it's a lot easier in some cases to fly here from the United States than to fly domestically within the United States.
Yeah.
And then if we're going off the rapid expansion, COVID, that just kind of increased people's desire to get out, I think. Depending on what you're looking at, Cabo is not cheap. You can go to Chileno Bay. Mm-hmm. We're here in Cabo del Sol.
Yeah.
Puerto Los Cabos. These areas, it's expensive.
Yeah.
But when you compare that to a lot of bigger markets in the United States, you can still get a condo in Tezal for cheaper that you would get in a lot of these major markets.
Yeah, absolutely. I just spoke to a good friend of mine from New Jersey, and it was one of our videos we posted on the beach, and he asked me how much the price was, and then I told him, and he just freaked out. I was like, "Is that cheap?" Compared to New Jersey, it's super affordable would be the word I would like to use. Way more affordable. So definitely, it really outshines it. But I did want to touch, you said COVID as well. I think something that kind of made it a point or helped people move was home office. A lot of people didn't have that freedom and started moving a lot. And I saw there was a lot of numbers that showed that people, had the freedom to work from home and decided to come to Mexico because it's more affordable than it is in the States. And as you said, I have Canadian friends. I have people in America. You know, their weather's terrible right now and it's super cold. Would you rather work back home or would you rather work in paradise? So I think that hit
no, the flexibility for sure. So what makes Cabo stand out as a luxury destination? Like this view. So
Absolutely.
Fishing, golfing, weather.
Yep.
I mean, it's actually like, it's cold here in the morning, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, but like most people are like, hey, it's not that cold, but it got down to, you know, like 52 degrees Fahrenheit the other day. And I walked the dog, you know, before the sun comes up. And, you
this
know,
morning I went for a run without a sweater. So, I mean, it's not that cold. It depends on.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not that cold, not that cold. It gets chilly. Like I'll get out of the shower and I'm like, man, I might need a heater for like 2 or 3 months of the year.
Yeah. I just installed them, by the way, because my brother was taking showers and he doesn't like cold showers. I'm like, all right, we'll get one. I'm a fan of cold showers, but again, it depends on the person, right? For me, it's not cold. I mean, I love.
No, but I'm just saying, all in all, like the weather here, especially when you're coming from the north. Especially this time of the year, is good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The scenery, obviously, you know, if you're coming from Houston, you know, or Dallas, great cities, but you know, probably not known for being a beautiful place, right? If you come from those destinations and you come here, or a landlocked place, even like Denver, that is beautiful, up in the mountains, but you don't have water. The scenery here, you just can't really beat it.
Yeah, the ecosystem here, I think it's one of the most fascinating ones. You have desert, mountains, beach. Like, it's quite incredible. People get shocked where they're like, you look at the right and you're like kind of looking at a desert, but you see the mountains, and you look at the left and there's this amazing, stunning beach. And we have, I believe, to this point in the Baja, 28 blue flag beaches, right?
Yeah.
Which is an absolute privilege.
Just coastline, miles and miles of beaches.
Incredible. But I completely agree with you. The fishing, the lifestyle. Obviously, we're also very well known to have one of the, and I know you probably know quite a lot because you're such a huge golfer, but we're known to be one of the top best place to golf, right?
Yeah, it's definitely like the golf capital of Latin America.
There we go.
And it's getting, it's not cheap, but the golf here is incredible.
Yep, fishing.
Like Tiger Woods is about to have his second course here.
Yeah, we're also known, if I remember correctly, the capital of marlin fishing.
It's pretty. I mean, the water drops off quick, so it's one of the best destinations in the world to get marlin. And it depends. Like a lot of the fishing is seasonal.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's good fishing pretty much year round.
I have a long line of fishermen in my family. My uncle doesn't have any fingers because he gets a couple of his marlins, and he still fishes with a wood board.
There you go.
Yeah. He's like the original playita.
Yeah, he's serious then.
Yeah. No, he doesn't mess around. He does it for a living still, but I mean, he's pretty wealthy, but I guess he just loves it. But fishing is incredible. And well, before, as you know, back in the days, we didn't have 2 marinas. Now you have the privilege of actually, you know, you could go fishing in San Jose or you could go fishing in Cabo San Lucas, which is also extremely great.
I come from New Orleans. I was watching this video, and this guy ranked the top cities in the United States, and I checked the comment section, but like New York, New Orleans, actually Houston was on there.
Yeah.
But New Orleans was number 1, and people were like, hey, you can't argue that. Right. So I come from a good food destination, but I will say here, the food is really good.
Yeah, I agree.
And me and Tucker have spoken about this. It's from the street tacos all the way up to, you know, kind of Michelin star.
Yeah, Michelin star.
You have something here.
I really believe it's a great spot for seafood. Like, you have some incredible dishes like sashimi, you know, you could get some fresh seafood. Just go, you know, sometimes they're under a bridge. One of my favorite spots is under the bridge of Costa Azul, and you could grab some incredible cocktails to dine out of. There's something called para picar, which is basically just a mix of seafood, fresh seafood with lime and salt. So it goes as great as you said, tacos, seafood. We have an Asian fusion twist as well. I'm a big foodie, so I could go on all day with the food spots.
Yeah, we will. I'm gonna get your. And we're gonna keep it to San Jose on that too.
Yeah.
That'll come up.
The little secrets.
The other thing is safety. Big one. I mean, Cabo is very much an island to a certain extent, you know. So once again, I come from New Orleans, and New Orleans is known not to be one of the safest cities. And coming here, I don't. It's like for me, it's a no-brainer. You know,
absolutely.
When people ask me, is it dangerous here, or do I feel safe? The most unsafe I feel sometimes is driving on the interstate, especially at night. Just, you know, If you come back from Art Walk, you know, like you'll see, you know, like I'll drive back from San Jose and it's like, all right, you know, that guy's had a couple too many tequilas.
Yeah, you got to watch out for that. But that's it. I mean, it's even proven, INEGI, which is the government state data, proven we have the #1 safety perception of the entire country. So that's something to be really proud of. And I think that's what most people like, you know, that safety that you get when you come to Cabo.
Yeah.
I normally don't wear jewelry anywhere else in Mexico. And here I'm always wearing jewelry. I feel, you know, free, never been robbed, never actually seen anybody get robbed. As you said, worst things that happens, you just see somebody.
Most of the things that happen like that are people are like late at night and there's alcohol or worse involved.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I've seen fights when I used to, you know, go to the nightclub scene, but that's long past my days now.
It was like 2 years ago, man.
2 years ago.
What else you got?
Let me give you a good one here. What do you think makes Cabo a great place for real estate investment?
So it depends, you know, once again, like such a macro question, like going micro, I like, you know, get on a phone call with somebody like, hey, what do you want?
Right.
But a lot of people, I'll think of a guy who I was with a couple days ago. He bought a pre-construction condo here and he's from Utah. And I said, Fletcher, from like 2010, I would just buy a rental property in Utah every 2 years. They started getting smaller. They started getting farther away. He's like, it just stopped making sense.
Right.
So, and he's like, hey, my wife loves Cabo. She loves the beach. I love the golf. So his place is very close to being delivered. And the guy is like, you know, he's ready, you know, and he's down here right now, golfing.
There you go.
But he was able to turn that like investment into like a lifestyle play. So, most people in the States, are going to be using some sort of financing.
Right.
You know, so here it's generally more of a cash market, which can hold some people back that have that investment mentality. But I know people that buy on the high end too, that just do very well. You know, I had a client that bought in Palmilla, another one from Utah, and theirs has gone, it's appreciated $1.5 million and they love it. So you hear this a lot, Christian. You'll have people and they're like, man, I came here 10 years ago. I should have bought. Well, it's the family that I'm talking about, they bought and people are like, oh, wait, I don't know. This is a lot of money. Right. Look, it is in Palmilla. But now they're $1.5 million more.
Right.
And it's only going to get better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're ahead. Whereas the person that didn't do that and they keep coming down.
Yeah.
And look, everybody's got their own thing. I get it. Like having a house abroad, having a rental property just in your area can be a hassle, let alone abroad.
Right.
But you have the right people in place. And if it works for you, it's a great destination. I've seen, for example, a lot of people retire and then it gets to the point where they're just not going to be in a situation where they start to kind of like you retire or you expire, you know? And then they come down here and they kind of catch a second wind.
Fills them up with life down here, doesn't it? There's a special energy to it too. But yeah, that's great. It definitely is. And I think also on my side, like 80% of my clients do the same thing. They get their vacation home and they just like love it here so much. And they see how it's evolved and how much it's appreciated and how much people are loving Cabo. So definitely a good insight there. So now that we're in the real estate market, what are we seeing kind of in the real estate market at this moment?
We're in January 25.
Yeah.
Right. We had last year, we had Mexican elections. Canada's had a little bit of turmoil lately. US just had elections.
Yep.
And look, I have conversations not only with just generally Americans, but people that work in real estate in the US. I foresee this year being bullish. You know, and I'm not just talking about Cabo. I'm talking about like everywhere. I think the mentality is that the president is pro-business.
Right.
When you think about Americans coming here to spend money, which is the majority of my clients, right? It depends. You know, like, what are you looking for? Are you looking for this? Are you looking for an investment property? And then I think there's a lot of, for example, I think Tezal people will be getting pretty good deals. And that's a market that's kind of been difficult over the past year. And I'd say a lot of people that were waiting, that was a smart thing.
Absolutely.
Right. And like a lot of the people that bought pre-construction a couple of years ago, they got in at a really good level. So it's good. Right. But I think it's most definitely a buyer's market. So you can make a very good decision if you're not, this is what I say all the time, Christian, if you're not in a rush.
Yeah.
And you're working with somebody who's going to show. We did the tour the other day.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yep.
With the guy from Orange County.
John.
Like no pitch.
Yeah.
No pitch at all. And what ended up happening?
He loved it.
He's literally putting it, we got an offer in on a place.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, hey, just present information. But if you're working with somebody like that can show you the good and the bad.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Zero pitch is, hey, like, I'm going to show you these areas. And we did a little adventure. We went all the way up to Cerritos.
Yeah. It was a great road trip.
He was like, hey, this is cool, but this is not what I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah.
You know, but you can't tell that when you're sitting in Denver, Houston,
looking at it in a laptop.
You know, so it's like, hey, let's go for a ride, man. I'll show you. And then that was maybe a 5 to 6 hour tour.
Yeah.
And on the drive up there, it was an educational thing. So
absolutely.
I think it's a good market. I think, you know, for me, the stock market is a very good indicator because a lot of people coming down here, it's extra money. You know, they're not buying this house to live here. Most people are buying this as a second home, third home, fourth home, or the stock market rose pretty good over the last 2 years. So maybe it's a good time to diversify. So, I think our company, we're going to have our best year ever. And I think it's going to be like by a lot. That's a couple things. We're set up well, but I also think it's the market too.
I think everybody locally here, and I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, agree that there's a shift going on and you're still at a great time to get in. You know, we're still kind of with those, as you said, buyer's market, heading into a really great, hopefully economy, which is, backed up by, you know, the elections and all you said. So it'll be an interesting year. I feel very positive about it. I think everybody's spoken to, because I've been setting up a lot of, I've been setting a lot of tours with brokers, and they feel the same way. And, you know, sometimes it's that feeling you get. So I'm really hopeful for 2025, and I think it's going to be a great year. What's your favorite hidden gem in Cabo that most people don't know about?
Hidden gem. What are we talking about here? We're talking about like restaurants. We're talking about.
Let's go. I think we already.
Yeah, we're gonna go on restaurants.
I think you already said you don't want to give out your favorite.
And I haven't done this in a while. There's a place, I'm not going to say it, on the Pacific side that I just love to go to, and they got a pool, and then we have a beach right there, and like we'll just sit down and have
the people.
So it's like a great Sunday.
What's happening? You're gonna keep it for yourself, gatekeeping.
Yeah.
That's why it's a hidden gem.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Sometimes you gotta.
No, but like I'll go to I remember there's a restaurant I really like called Metate.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily cheap, but it's awesome. Like right now it'd be great because like the weather's perfect. But I remember sitting down once, and when it first opened up, and I was like, man, there's more Mexicans here than there are gringos. I was like, I know I'm in a good spot right now.
Yeah, that's always a good sign.
When you start going, so I'd say like most overrated places on the opposite side, I'd say something like the Marina in Cabo. I know a lot of people that go there and have a good time. Like that's perfect. That's why that's like Bourbon Street in New Orleans. It's there's a time and a place for that. And I'm not saying I don't go there.
Yeah.
But
most likely
there's a lot of like low key. You know, my dad's in town. He told me, he's like, man, it doesn't feel like there's that many people, even though there are a lot of people here.
Right.
A lot of people are staying in all-inclusives, but a lot of people are going to, you know, like either high-end restaurants or there's something for everybody. Yeah. Like if you want to have the night to 4 a.m., you can do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of places where you can, you know, if you wanted to get up and go fit, you know. So
get some food. I think that's something that really shocks you.
The underrated places are the ones that, as you spend time here, and that's something that's cool to see when you have a buyer and they go from like eating at, you know, the place that you have to go eat at, and then they find their own places.
Right.
And they're like, hey, what do you think about this restaurant? I'm like, man, I never been there. I've never even heard of that place. And we'll go out and I'm like, man, this is good. I'm learning from them now.
Hey, you know,
so I think the hidden gems are the ones that really aren't on the list. You know, and there's plenty of those. And the cool thing about Cabo is they're all kind of like opening up.
I was going to say, like, there's a lot of new restaurants coming up, and then you don't know when you're going to find the hidden gem, the next hidden gem.
Speaking of which, you're a San Jose guy.
Yep.
What are your, let's go like top 3 to 5 restaurants.
Top 3 to 5 restaurants
in San Jose.
Ooh, that's a good one. So we're going to start off with Mexican. La Lupita's a great taco spot. I know they get super packed, and I think something you said is always keep an eye out for those restaurants that you're going to have to wait for because they are worth it.
Lupita's great.
Yeah.
You know,
you're a big
Lupita
fan as well.
is, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's the best taco.
Yeah.
Now, look, if I want to go, there's really good tacos too, but Lupita's just with the ambiance and the environment,
exactly.
the music,
You get
it's the best.
And in San Jose, it's the best areas and right in the heart of the, downtown San Jose. When you have the art walk, it's absolutely such an experience. And you go and you have some traditional tacos. You do get 2-for-1s on Tuesday too. It gets really packed, but it's worth it. If you're a big foodie like me and you need to eat a lot and get a deal,
gotta wash it down with something, right?
Gotta wash it down with something too. Yeah, they have. I don't drink that much anymore, but they do have some cool drinks as well in there. So it's a great spot.
That's his second lie after he said he doesn't go clubbing. Anyway, what's
you called me 2 times already? Huh?
What other ones?
So one of my personal favorites, and this is a pizza place. It's Flavia. It's kind of off the downtown area. It's a little bit hidden. It's already
packed.
How do you spell that? I almost don't even want to say it because I was already so packed because it's a small place. It's FLAVIA. Yeah, Flavia.
Okay.
It's one of the few actual places that has 4.9 in their rating.
Nice.
That tells you a lot. And I've been to Naples and I love pizza. And that reminded me so much. I had to ask the chef and if he actually went to learn in Naples because it's so good. And
nice.
Every time I take friends, they're like, I've never been there. I just look at them to see their reaction when they taste it.
Flavia, I like that.
Flavia, yeah.
I've never been
really
there.
Good. So that's pizza place. If it's super packed, because it normally is, and there's only like 5 tables in the bar area, you could grab a pizza. They'll have it ready for 5 minutes. Go to the art walk and have your pizza, at the art walk in the downtown area, right in front of the church. There's benches everywhere. So that's a little pro tip there. And also they have like a chocolate gelato with crumble in the bottom. It's so like simple, but it's so exquisite. It's just phenomenal. I do like Agave. Agave has, I'm a big, and some people might, not like this, but I love octopus. And they have the best octopus place I've ever had in my life.
Dude, I will eat almost any seafood, but maybe it's fried, but like squid and octopus, I'm sorry.
Believe it or not, it's they boil it and then they put it in a wood oven. So it's like double cooked. You wouldn't eat it? You wouldn't touch it? Yeah, see, I know.
I'm sure I'll like the place. I'm just not getting octopus.
It reminds me of the story when I used to work on cruise ships and I took these Australian couple to like this little, seafood place in the corner. And I was like eating octopus in a cocktail, like just all of the seafood you could imagine. They're just looking at me like I was an alien. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is delicious. And they're like, we're not touching that. Do you have anything cooked? So I get it. It's
just put agave.
They put agave on it? Yeah, agave, sorry, is the restaurant. I thought you meant put agave on it. No. But agave is really great.
Another one I haven't been to.
The thing with them is they do very normal dishes, but turn it into such a complex, like that one, the octopus. Again, they boil it, they put it in the wood oven, then they put the avocado, Spanish sausage, potato, and this like habanero cream sauce. So it like plays with your flavors. Really great. They don't only have that dish, but that's what really stands out for me. Number 4, what else? Oh man. I do like Rubas. That's a brunch place. They have their
Rubas
own.
is good.
Yeah. They have their own bakery.
Good coffee shop.
Good coffee shop as well. I know
you're not necessarily like a dinner place.
I just found out you love your coffee spots, don't you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you. I think you stopped.
If there was like alcoholism for coffee, I'd be in a program. I was so surprised.
I was like, I've never seen someone.
Sometimes I'll be like, man, it's like 4 p.m. I probably shouldn't be having a coffee.
Man. Do you ever crash out or did you just
it's like water to me, man. Iced coffee.
I noticed. It's a great coffee shop. Like I said, brunch spot. They do have great dishes. Everything they make is with their fresh bread. One of my favorite is their birria sandwich. What are we going to pick for number 5?
Second, like he doesn't know. It's going to be like his grandma's restaurant or something.
I'm going to pitch my uncle's restaurant now. Actually, they all live in the downtown area and they never put a restaurant. They're not in the restaurant business. But I'm going to go with something a little bit local. If you want to try some, actually, no, that's too far away from the downtown area. But it's going to be hard to find it. You pick number 5. I'm having a hard time here. I'm going blank.
The Oystera place.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? Oystera, one set, or what is it?
Yeah. 197? No.
Ostera. What is that? I'm gonna look it up.
I remember.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It's pretty well known, but Ostera. Let me see what it is. Ostera 107.
107. Perfect. Yeah.
Ostera 107. Lumbre is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I eat at Lumbre. I really like it. I probably would try something else before going back.
Yeah.
Lumbre is awesome. Like really cool environment. But Oystera 107 in downtown San Jose was like, it was good.
It was good. And it's a beautiful restaurant.
No, it's got like a cool outdoor area. So
I'm going to drop the quick one. If you're looking for a quick grab, like when we went on a little road trip, Agricole, they just opened up. They're really famous over there. You could grab fresh sandwiches. They have like everything prepared.
Like, so like machaca burritos or something.
Well, that's too chollero for them, but they don't have machaca. You're gonna miss out. But like sandwiches, wraps. They had this amazing focaccia bread with mozzarella and jamon iberico, and it was like 130 pesos. So like you're looking for something for the airport, you're looking for something for a road trip, like just stop by. They have fresas con crema, which is their greatest asset of all times for them, like their biggest product. So it's a good spot. I'll drop that one just quick. Boom.
Cool. All right. Well, Larissa's running out of memory on her phone. Since you spoke so much. So anyway, this is one of the first episodes we'll do. If anybody wants to hear Christian as a local to San Jose discuss anything more about the real estate market, lifestyle here, restaurants, anything like that, let us know.
Yeah. Drop it in the comments.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you, Fletcher. It's been a pleasure. Until next time.